Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about one of the most beloved and distinctly recognizable creations of Roja Parfum across the world and many cultures called Amber Aoud, but the Absolue Precieux concentration. This luxurious concentration is the highly sophisticated version of three of their iconic Aoud creations, which deliver the same beautiful scent but in super concentrated form to present the impact of a pure oud oil. As you all know, Amber Aoud became one of the most popular and sold creations of Roja Parfum Aoud collection, which captures mysterious, rich, exotic, and complex Middle Eastern style fragrances of unparalleled luxury. So this is not your typical vanilla and resins type of an amber and oud fragrance. It is definitely very unique in the way the notes have been carefully selected for this exotic, opulent creation. Amber Aoud has this recognizable, sumptuous, mysterious sensuality. It has a very symbolic smell to it. It is soft, sweet, spicy, warm, and sensual. Many of the gum resins, which have been used in perfumery for millennia, originate from the Middle East. Roja took these materials and blended them with the exotic note of oud to create a scent which is both soft and sensual. Alright, so let's get to the accords of Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux. Make sure you stick to the end of my video and check out the unboxing of this gorgeous, luxurious bottle. Alright, let's spray this and see what we get on the initial spray. All right, so let's spray some of this and see what we get. This actually changes the color to kind of orange. It's that concentrated, it's very intense, but you guys won't be able to see it because it's extremely bright here. When I sprayed, oh my God, I can already smell it. It's so potent. It feels almost like a tar. It's very oily and it's very potent and so beautiful. Oh my God. No wonder this is one of the best sold. I mean, it's really, really gorgeous. And I'm not just saying this, it's very beautiful. I love this. Amber Aoud is just a beauty. If you guys don't own this in your collection, you are really missing out. One of the most beautiful amber fragrances I have ever smelled. Very beautiful, so classy. Oh my God, I cannot stop talking about it. So good. All right, let's spray the regular Amber Aoud as well. All right, so let's spray some of the Amber Aoud original one and see what we get on this one. This is the, I call it the mini bottle. Interesting. Oh, wow. So, let me kind of go over Amber Aoud. They both are, they're actually different. Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux, it's definitely sweeter. They have the same characteristics for sure, but Amber Aoud is more animalic. So if somebody is looking for a more animalic version of Amber Aoud, I would go with the regular version. And if the Amber Aoud is too animalic for you, I would say definitely get the Absolue Precieux. Again, I don't want this review to go too crazy, too long because I get too much up into detail, but let's start out. Okay, Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux opens up with this beautiful bittersweet, strong, leathery, soft, intimate, earthy, hay-like, reminding slightly of rubber, which comes from the precious Persian saffron. The scent comes from the chemical compounds of picrocrosin and safranol. Now, that rubbery feeling that I was talking about, you get that rubber kind of a tire smell more in the Amber Oud, the original one, than you get in the Amber Oud Absolue Precieux. So if that's something that puts some people off, I would definitely suggest you to go with, again, Amber Oud Absolue Precieux. So this rubbery, leathery, earthy, hay-like saffron that I was talking about, it's followed by this jammy, juicy, ripe, sunny complex of bitter green and milky sweet elements, which are somewhat lactonic and gourmand-like. These are definitely the characteristics of fig that you get here. So the fig note is definitely very present in Amber Oud, and also even more in Amber Oud Absolue Precieux, and complements the saffron really nicely. Now imagine these accords being highlighted by citrusy, zesty top notes like lime, lemon, and bergamot, and juicy, beautiful, jammy rose de mai, which complements the musky, earthy, spicy, and sweet patchouli. The citrusy accord fades away quickly and gives into the sweet and bitterness of saffron and fig. Now that they're opening up, they're getting more alike. But still, the Absolue Precieux, it's sweeter. I would say it's more mass appealing. They both are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. They both are beautiful, but there's something about Absolue Precieux that is just so beautiful. But I love them both, because I love the animalic aspect of the Amber Oud, the original version, as well. Now, this leathery, rubbery nuance from saffron is followed by the gorgeous, soft smokiness from birch. I also forgot to mention I get hints of civet on the opening, which gives this fragrance that bygone type of an attitude, which I probably get that in the original more, the civet, if there is any, if I'm not mistaken, than in the Absolue Precieux, but they both definitely have civet in them. Now, the cinnamon definitely complements the saffron very nicely and gives saffron this spicy and buttered feel to it. Okay, so we all know this is Amber Oud, and specifically the Absolue Precieux, supposed to present the oud oil in the highest luxurious display, which it really does. But what I want you to know that this is not a very raw oud type of fragrance. I would even say that there is not a big dose of raw oud in here. So don't let the word oud, as Roja likes to say instead of oud, scare you off. Especially for those that are not into oud smell, don't shy away from this fragrance. You definitely need to try this out. I would say even if someone wants to kind of dive into oud fragrances, I'm not talking about oud wood, a little bit heavier than that obviously, but they want to kind of get into heavier oud type of fragrances, but they want it to be still kind of really well tamed. Amber Oud is the fragrance definitely try. It's just so well tamed. It's so soft, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's there, but it's not a crazy potent animalic oud in your face. I would say the saffron in here is more prominent than the oud is. So as I said again, the oud feels refined, tamed, slightly actually honeyed, and extremely smooth. Very well done. As always, Roja, his blending is just perfection. So, but something really interesting that plays a big role in Amber Oud actually is the birch. The birch plays a huge role in this fragrance, especially after 15 minutes in the opening, which we are in it right now. I can definitely smell the birch in here. It becomes smokier and kind of birch tar-like type of a smell, which is fantastic. I love it. I love the combination of that sweetness of fig and saffron, and then you get that leathery type of a birch tar type of a smoky smell that comes in. But again, the smokiness is not in a way where you smell and you're like, oh my God, this smells like barbecue. Nothing like that whatsoever. So you have to try it out, but it is kind of smoky. It has a very deep personality to it, which I love. There is also this mild, sensual, salty muskiness to the scent, which must be coming from the pricey ambergris, but only a little bit, nothing too crazy. This woody, bitter smelling forest floor-like smell is lingering in the base, which is also very powdery and milky at the same time, which must be coming from oak moss, orris root, and sandalwood. That's why this beauty definitely has this bygone chypre type of a quality to it because of that good dose of oak moss in the base. But all in all, Amber Oud primarily is all about saffron, fig, rose, and oud, and definitely in that order. Not to mention that beautiful golden amber accord that supports the fragrance structure. Yeah, so this one is Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux, and this one is Amber Aoud, the original one. And as it's drying down when I'm smelling these, the original one is definitely more smoky than this one. So again, this is something for you guys to decide when you want to buy this fragrance to see which one you want to go with. But yeah, the Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux, it's more sweet. It's definitely heavier, has a thicker body to it, obviously because of the concentration of it. But the other one, it's more airy, but it definitely is more smoky, and that rubber smell, that animalicness is definitely more in this one. So just something for you guys to know. Yeah, so anyways, all in all, Amber Oud Absolue Precieux is very sumptuous, sensual, sweet, bitter, warm, spicy, and woody at the same time. You have that beautiful golden amber accord in here. There is definitely some citrus accord on the opening that fades quickly, so nothing that's going to stick around. It is powdery, definitely leathery. It's definitely smoky, especially the original one. It's more smoky than the Absolue Precieux. Accompanied with some oud accord, which the oud is very well refined. There's this earthy vibe to both of them as well, and definitely you get animalic nuances in both of them as well. So this is as far as the accords of them goes. This is the best way I could describe it for you guys. All right, so let's get to the notes of Amber Oud Absolue Precieux. Top notes, you got lime, lemon, and bergamot. Middle notes, you have rose de may, fig, jasmine, and ylang ylang. Now, I didn't mention anything in the accords regarding the jasmine and ylang ylang. Again, you have to remember, we're talking about Roja, and when it comes to blending of fragrances, he's just a master of that. It's so difficult to cherry pick notes one by one. It's almost impossible. He does it to perfection. Now, there is some sweetness again going on in this fragrance, which could be definitely coming obviously from the fig, rose de may, and ylang ylang as well. But this one, the jasmine and rose is mixed so well that you cannot really smell that and again be able to cherry pick them. So that's as far as the middle notes goes. In base notes, you have that pricey ambergris I was talking about. So there is a little bit of saltiness and marine type of vibe going on in this fragrance. that sensuality of ambergris. You got that high quality saffron in here. You got that very well tamed, refined oud going on in here, specifically in Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux. It's really well done. It's so well displayed. You got musk going on in here. You got a good dose of benzoin in here. You got a very high quality patchouli oil going on in here. You definitely have cinnamon. You got birch, which plays a big role in this fragrance. In both of them, makes the fragrance smoky. You got a good dose of sandalwood, which makes the fragrance kind of powdery and milky, along with orris root, which you got in your base note. And you got some oak moss, which gives the fragrance that signature of Roja, which makes the fragrance like those bygone chypre type of a fragrances. So this is as far as the notes of Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux goes. As far as the performance and longevity goes, I don't think I really need to talk about this section. I mean, the concentration of it kind of talks for itself. This is a very long-lasting fragrance. On my skin, it easily lasts over 12 hours long, and I would not suggest you to spray this on your white outfit because it will definitely stain them because of the high concentration of this fragrance. And it's a great performer. Amber Aoud specifically, it's a very symbolic type of fragrance. It has a very unique smell to it, and it's very powerful. It's very demanding. So it's one of those fragrances when you walk into a place, it will definitely turn heads, and people will definitely recognize you. So as far as the performance and longevity goes, I would definitely give it a high score. All right, so let's get to the projection and sillage. As far as the projection and sillage goes, again, when it comes to the highly concentrated fragrances, unfortunately, they don't have a crazy projection, only on the initial spray. I get about 5 to 6 feet actually, but then literally after 30 minutes or 45 minutes, it gets very close to my skin, but stays on my skin that way for 12 hours, very strong. So anybody that gets close to my bubble, they can smell it very strong, but it's not one of those fragrances that will project like eau de parfum or even eau de toilette across the room crazy. But which is good because sometimes you want it to be in your bubble, but you want that bubble to be very strong. And this one definitely does that. It's a very intimate type of a fragrance, especially this type of a concentration of it. So, and as far as the sillage goes, again, I mentioned that it's not enormous. It's pretty medium due to the concentration of it. And I would say I would give it a high score because it does what it's supposed to do. Because a lot of people say, okay, if this is not projecting crazy like 10 feet, then it's not a good fragrance. And that's not what this one is about. This one is about having that quality to it and having that strength to it, that when somebody gets close to you, you would definitely smell the whole body of the fragrance for a very, very long time, and it wouldn't fade away quickly. So you can have fragrances that they project really well, but they fade away very quick. And you can have fragrances that they're very strong, but they don't project crazy, but they last for a very long time. And this is exactly what you get with this one. So as far as the projection and sillage goes, I would definitely give it a high score as well. All right, so let's get to the compliments of Amber Aoud Absolue Precieux, or just Amber Aoud in general. I don't think also I need to talk about this as well. Amber Aoud is one of those fragrances that will get a lot of compliments, even though it's a niche fragrance and it's very unique and it's very specialized and it has oud in it and it does have animalic facet to it, but it's a classic timeless type of a fragrance that will never go out of style. It's just a beauty. It's to die for. I could never see myself without this fragrance in my collection. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, and it will get a lot of compliments, regardless if a guy wears this or if a lady wears this. It's just one of those very perfectly unisex fragrances. So as far as the compliments goes, I would definitely give it a high score as well. All right, so let's get to the versatility of Amber Oud, regardless of the concentration. Now, this one even more so, but I would say it's not a versatile fragrance. First of all, it's a very luxurious type of a scent. It definitely could be a signature scent, definitely, but I think it would be too cloying for summertime. If it's too hot, it would definitely be very cloying. So I would say this would do great for fall and specifically in wintertime, especially during Christmas time. It would do phenomenal. And as far as like the dress code, this is something that you definitely need to dress up. It's very luxurious, it's very sophisticated, and it demands dressing up. So as far as the versatility goes, because of that, unfortunately, it will get a medium score. All right, as far as the versatility goes, unfortunately, Amber Oud is not a versatile fragrance. Now, again, versatility is a very subjective topic to talk about, and I always mention it in my videos. But for me, I would say in summertime, this one would be too cloying, but it would be great for fall and specifically for wintertime, especially during Christmas time. This would be a fantastic fragrance to wear. It's definitely one of those fragrances that demands dressing up for it. It's very luxurious and sophisticated. It would be a great fragrance for very high class parties or a night out or whatever. It actually would be a great fragrance for clubbing as well. It's very sexy. It's very loud. It's very demanding, as I mentioned earlier. But I definitely would not wear this to work unless you're a boss and you own your own business and it's during winter time or fall, then you could definitely pull it off. And because of that, as far as the versatility goes, I would give it a medium score. Now, let's get to the uniqueness of Amber Oud. In general, just both of them, both a concentration, doesn't matter, the Absolue Precieux or Amber Oud. I think Amber Oud is a very, very unique fragrance. There's nothing out there that smells like it. It's a very symbolic type of fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that when you smell it, right away you know this is going to be a classic, timeless fragrance that will never go out of style. So it is a very unique scent. And because of that, I will definitely give it a high score for uniqueness. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we get to my video. That's all I have for Amber Oud Absolue Precieux and also Amber Oud as well. So I got to compare both of them for you guys in this video and kind of reviewed both of them at the same time. Now, with that being said, that's all I have. If you guys own any of these fragrances, please let me know in the comment section what's your take on it. And if you don't own any of them, I'm telling you, you are definitely missing out. These are classic, timeless fragrances. They're just beauty. That's it, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.